born and raised in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I got introduced to music really early in my life. First as a curiosity. We didn't have much of a musical culture at all. We didn't have instruments or nothing. I was born and raised in church, so I could have access to music and instruments over there. And that was actually set the foundation of my journey with music. First at home, just experimenting with sounds and noises, and then in church, just hiding just to play the piano a little bit. And since I've been dealing with music my entire life and self-taught and trying to learn, and it's been a good long journey. The first time I got into the music industry was still in Brazil, when I started trying to expand my boundaries related to the music. Being raised in a church, you have a certain direction of how you should use your music and how you should develop your music and what you should aim about. And I started having this urge and this feeling that the boundaries that I was encountering shouldn't have. So I started looking, still within they call Christian music, and I started looking for ways to get involved before I actually had the idea to come to Australia to learn English. Yeah, that's my aim and goal, is to develop my career as a solo artist. As a singer-songwriter and as a performer. The biggest influence in my life, musically speaking, this particular guy in Brazil called Javan. He is an amazing musician. Kind of resembles of some of the things that I've been trying to do. So he left his hometown. He created the sound that he wanted. He created a message that he wanted. That's the reason I came to Australia, was to learn English so I could write my songs and deliver my messages through my instruments, my music, and also through the lyrics. Yeah, I've been writing my own stuff for at least 15 years. Literally realized that I could actually put my thoughts to the paper and create, like a storytelling, an idea, what was coming through me. It was being involved with my own thoughts, but was something else coming through me. It was a weird experience, but and losing completely control of it. It's really hard, but I've been trying to do it for the past 15 years. When it comes to songwriting or recording, it's a process that's still in development. Most of the time, as a feeling, as an answer to a feeling, or as a way of dialoguing with that feeling, with that situation that I've been going through, or I've seen from the outside, this dialogue, this response, this answer, and I start hustling with this. Or the idea just beat the shit out of me until it comes out. That's pretty much my struggle. It's kind of a battle. It's hard to explain, but it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy concept for me. So I grew up in a context where music was not something to be taken seriously. Music was more like a hobby. Music is a powerful way to communicate, to talk, to listen, to vibrate, on those frequencies. Most of the times inspiration is not gonna come, and you need to push it through anyway. So this mindset of, I'm gonna do it regardless, that for me is the most difficult part. I have 2 young kids. I have a 6-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl, and it's always noisy. I appreciate noise, but not all the time. So in my car, when I'm driving, I use time for meditation, for prayers. So I enjoy the time, the traveling time. This transition of being the keyboard player, from that to becoming like the lead singer, like paid gigs, because I wanted to make some money. That it pinpoints me to my first experience of playing for a crowd that are actually paying attention of what I was doing. The pub was packed. It was the old PJ O'Brien. It was packed, and people's like looking for who is singing. And back in the day, I had like this long hair, so I just jumped into the front. And interestingly enough, it was Wonderwall. It's one of my favorite songs, because I developed my own way of doing it. But back then, it was just amazing, and I sung it, and I said, like, man, that's what I want to do. That's what I do. I wanna sing and perform and have people, enjoying it and having a good time, and listening to it. When I'm by myself, I go on a stage and it becomes like an atmosphere. I'm delivering emotions and feelings, and I'm pretty sure by the experience that we have that people are being touched. My main struggle was the lyrics and being able to sing in English back when I wasn't still like thinking in English. I didn't learn the language well enough to be thinking. And so it was a Friday night, and most of the songs that I used to sing was like ballads, and people were expecting, you know, like up-tempo shit, and I was like, oh man. So it was really tough, really rough, really great lesson, but man, it was excruciating. It was like, oh man. Back in the days, it was like, oh, I see myself in big stages and you're doing these big shows. Now I'm like, today or tomorrow, building something to get eventually there. We just like got married, and then we just flew over here, and life has been happening ever since. Decided to leave my country. This is a crazy idea, man. You don't speak the language, you are broke, and it's like, I'm going and things gonna work out. It's not that I do music for people, or even that I do music for myself. I understood that this is bigger than me, bigger than the music itself, bigger than the people itself. Rick Rubin said on his last book, that's like, man, inspiration music is something that comes, you know, if you don't decide to be the vessel for that to come into life, you're gonna pick somebody else. If you one day it comes to become famous, that's just applause, and of course it comes with a lot of more responsibility and pain, I guess. Sometimes it's very instinctive for you to respond to that urge, for that feeling, because you know how to do something, or you want to know how to do something. Or even if I want to be on the big stage, or I want to be on the small stage, it doesn't matter. I always look for my whys, why I want to do something. But you need to at least be honest with your why. Some people want to do it for the wrong reasons, or still don't have the reasons figured out. So if you don't know exactly what you want, if you know where you want to go and what you want to do, so my advice would be, take the time, ask yourself, is that what I wanted to be doing? Because if it is, everything else, the talent is a very important thing, but it's not the main one. You know, it's the hard work. It's going beyond things and being aware of the surroundings of the music, not only about the music. We have great musicians that never did much. Try to see it as a business. Try to see it as a big thing, and know your whys, or at least keep trying. You know, and it's gonna shape in front of you. Everything is gonna look impossible, and it's gonna be impossible for you to conquer, for you to achieve, because you don't know what you want. You don't know, like you don't have like a specific idea or direction at least. And this is something I struggle with a lot, and I've been trying to navigate through this, taking the steps to create that reality. This is really important because I'm 33 years old. People say like, man, you're too old to make into any kind of music industry or entertainment industry. And it's like, man, if you want to believe that, you believe that. I don't believe that at all. You know what you want, then you keep pursuing. So the mountains that appears in front of you, you're gonna have to climb them, and then after that you're gonna have a bigger one. But then you're gonna be stronger, faster. So just keep digging every day. Keep going. That's my many advices in one. That's it. And also gonna be releasing new songs soon. This is a commitment I'm doing to myself and now to a lot of people. So just check my socials. You're gonna have the links on the description of this video where you can find my work. And don't hesitate, even if you want to get in contact regarding a song that you liked, the lyric, what the meaning behind. I'll do my best to guide you through some process that I had experienced but let it have a meaning for you. But yeah, I'm here to connect with people, and you guys are welcome.